Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to All Four Back with your host, Chester 430 on this Friday night. I'm joined, as always, by my colleague, Shad. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening. And we are joined for the first time in just over a month. We're glad to have him back. We welcome in Hadlington. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, all.
Nice to have you back, Had. You missed it?
Yeah, got the bit of bug back now after that meeting the other day. So yeah, all good.
Well, we'll go into depth of all the matches that have taken
Good
place
man.
this week. Of course, a lot of action took place. We had a SCS, BGP, and of course the Knockout Cup second leg at Hackney. Sorry, not Hackney. The Hyde Road, which we'll get into later on in the show. But we do start tonight with a little bit of breaking news that has been brought to our attention, and it involves the BGP. Now, we can confirm that Speedy has withdrawn from the BGP. We are also aware that Crook 66 is unavailable for the remaining rounds. The replacement for Speedy is yet to be confirmed. However, the replacement for Crook will be unknown. So unknown takes Crook's position for the remaining rounds of the BGP. And I believe, Had, you got a few things you want to say about that? Because I know that the unknown, quite a veteran in the we know says Powis. You got a few things to say about unknown there, Had. So the floor is yours, my friend.
No, just one little thing really. It's not really a. I know because a lot of people do drop out without saying stuff, but maybe the place could have gone to another league rider maybe before. Not too sure, but I know he's answered the call a couple of times, and there's been nobody else around, so it's a bit of a both ways kind of thing. But it's obviously a good addition to the series, so we'll see. And he could probably make the top 8 as well, looking at the when we look at the leaderboard later on. So interesting move.
Well, Unknown was like a house on fire when he was back on the game originally. I think I raced him a couple of times in season 3, season 4, and he was pretty good. I think he rode for the Oxford Sabres. I think it was back in the day. I think what I remember, Oxford Sabres. Unless Oxford, I know it was definitely Oxford. I wasn't sure it was which name they had in terms of team name. But anyway, that's the that was the big announcements we're going to have. We will have potentially a Speedy replacement announcement very, very soon. So do stick around for Sliders Discord and Facebook and all that for a chance to have the first glimpse of the news as it comes in. So on to review action now, and we start off tonight with, of course, the BGP and SCS weekend that took place over in Chorzów in Poland. Now, this one, the SCS series, and although I think he top scored with the winner of that meeting was a surprise actually. Beating Stefan to the punch was Powis 84. So a great win there from Powis. Of course, a rather surprising final lineup. You had Fakey in there for the Hackney Norsk, Stefan with his usual final position, and then the already mentioned Unknown. So, lads, you were in this meeting. Shad, I'll start with you first, mate. To just talk us through your meeting in the SCS. Sorry,
Yeah,
BGP.
well,
Sorry.
the meeting as a whole, I mean, Harris said, I think he could admit he didn't do very well during the heat. Didn't win a race, and didn't even look like winning a race. And then reels off 2 wins in the semi-final and the final.
Mm.
make it a bit more interesting. But I mean, Stefan's still got a point on him overall.
Yeah.
So and Ryan only got 13. So I mean, you're looking at second place is going to be the one to go for, because Stefan's obviously not going to be caught now in 21 points ahead. But Paris only 8 points behind Ryan for the silver medal now. So it's between those two now for second place.
Yeah, so these last 2 rounds are going to be very, very important in the run up to the grand final at Bellevue. One name that surprised me in this meeting actually was Craig, only scoring 4 points. Very surprising of Craig to score that little in terms of, his vast knowledge of STS rounds. And of course, I did just notice there the track record in this match was in fact taken by. I believe it was Stefan in Heat 12 by looks of there. So another track record for Steph. But as you said, with Stefan so far in front now, I think it's mathematically. I think Steph actually did speak to me a while back saying he's got to outscore Ryan by about 1 or 2 points just to be mathematically guaranteed of the title when we go to the Parkin Stadium. Haz, I'm going to bring you in if I can, mate. Of course, getting near towards the business end of the season now. Like I said, do you agree what Shad says there with everything's up for second place now?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously, it's Steph's been a runaway winner for a few rounds now. Obviously, I mean, I think the bigger battle will probably be for who goes between 7th, 8th place, especially with Unknown coming in as well. That's a possibility he could get in there. But Fakey actually impressed me in this meeting. He started off with a last place and reeled off 3 wins out of 4 in his qualifying heats, and then got on the podium. So yeah, I think he's got better every time with every GP meeting. To be fair, and I just hope he sticks around next season, even if the North don't. So it'll be a good pickup for somebody, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, seeing Stefan only have like 3 heat wins. Normally he'd be having like 4 or 5 most nights, but to only to be limited to 3 heat wins, and he had a very rare last place in his second ride as well. So it's very very surprising that you see Steph with a 0 next to his name. But again, already mentioned there, Unknown. Although he had that 3rd place in his second ride, he reeled off 4 straight wins. Only missing out on the final where he finished in last, I believe, because the spreadsheet there is obviously a bit small, but I think that we can just about see that
he did, yeah.
Finished. Yeah, so it was the winner there was Powis, taking his first GP win, I believe, this season. Stefan was a close second, with Fakey in 3rd and Unknown bringing up the rear in 4th place. But that was the sliders. So the BGP, of course.
Dan, just a second.
Yes,
just a second. Yes. You want some Craig gossip, Craig news. He messaged the he put a message on our messenger chat at 8:20, 10 minutes before the meeting started, to ask if anyone's got any videos of any races there, because he hadn't even looked at the track yet. So I quickly downloaded a race from I think one of our practice races. I had my recordings on for it. And just sent it to him. So he hadn't had a lap. I think he'd done 2 or 3 practice laps on his own before he went into his first race. So that probably explains his score somewhat.
Wow. Well, Craig is usually that sort of person that sort of leaves it like the last sort of 5 minutes before doing anything. That's the main thing.
Not that, even by Craig's standards, that's pretty bad.
It was, yeah. So, of course, on the same night, we had the SCS meeting. And this one is a lot more closer than the BGP. once Tank decides to flip the. Steph needs only one more point to become champion, so he can literally win it in his first race at the Parkin. So it just goes to show how crazy Stefan has been this year. So we move on to the SCS series. Of course, this also took place in Chorzów, and although he scored 19 points out of 20. Out of 21, sorry. It wasn't to be for Ads. He lost out in the final once again to our winner was Hobnob. The surprise package of Hobnob coming in to take the win of the SCS series round 6. Took the win against Ads MFT, and Wolfie in third with Stephen 101 surprisingly at the back. I did hear about the footage or the race of that final, that 101 was leading momentarily and then ended up being at the back, which was a bit of a surprise. But again, this match, well, this entire tournament has actually been blown wide open. Anyone of the top 3 can essentially win it in this one. One person that would be very happy with his results, and he's going to join us now, hopefully. He finished a very respectable 3rd place in the grand final, finishing his total score on 15 points to be joint 3rd place. Wolfie, can you hear us, sir? He should be coming in.
I can.
Wolfie, good evening, sir.
How you doing?
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Well, first of all, I've got to say, great result at Chorzów at the weekend. Just talk us through it, mate. It was great from you to see you get that score.
It was a good track, to be honest. It was one of the tracks I went into thinking, we might be able to mix it up a little bit here, and there was a couple of decent lines, and it was just all around the curb, which was a nice change as well.
Now, of course, you're battling for that top 8 spot, I believe. You're going to the last 2 rounds. What's your mindset going into it? Just ride like you did tonight, or on Sunday, or go for something completely different?
I think Sunday was probably a little bit of luck, to be honest, because I was terrible in practice. It was just a little bit of luck, I think. But I want that top 8, especially after missing 2 rounds.
I was just saying about if we have that final that we're trying to find a video from Tank. Shads, have you got any question for Wolfie after his performance on Sunday?
No, I was just saying he last couple of weeks he's been on fire. I mean, first of all we came to the Hyde Road with the Scorchers, and then on Wednesday, was it Tuesday or Tuesday? I think it was when he guested for the Warriors. I mean, he heat 10. I thought, I've got a good chance here, and he was out of the gate like lightning. I couldn't even get close to him. Couldn't even get close to him. So he could be quite proud of his performances the last couple of weeks.
I wish the season started now rather than.
I was just going to say that, Wolfie. I was just going to say that. I mean, you've missed 2 rounds as well, so that hasn't helped. But no, last couple of weeks you've been. What are you? 3.5 pointer now.
3.8 average.
No, that's gonna have to be assessed next season.
It's going up to 5. I think it's 5.1 rolling now. So.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, you're certainly deserving it over the last couple of weeks. Where's
It's
that
all
come
Hadlington
from?
fault. It's ever since I guested for Dynamite just before Christmas. It's just kind of clicked since then.
Oh, so Hads is to blame then.
Has to blame for your success. Hads, any questions for Wolfie?
No, it's just good to see him mixing it up again. We know he's averaged higher in previous seasons. I think he's a bit like me. Probably took a bit longer to adapt to the bikes a little bit more, but it's good to see the form coming up, and obviously the guest appearance has definitely helped because, well, obviously those who watched the live meeting as well Wednesday, he wouldn't. I think he'll admit himself. He said he wasn't on the pace. He didn't feel the quickest, but he was in the right positions at the right time to get the points, if you know what I mean. Even in the last heat, he was unlucky to finish last. So, yeah, it's just good to see you back on form, mate, to be fair.
It's just because I've underperformed for the rest of the season. I'm kind of doing what I know I can do now, and yeah, it's kind of making up for what has been a really bad start to the season.
Yeah, you're not a 3 point. You're not a 3 point rider.
No way.
No chance.
Well, I do believe that Tank has found the final of the Chores Off SCS round. So, Tank, if you want to show us what happened, and maybe Wolfie can talk us through this, mate, as well.
Well, first of all, I was oohing and ahhing whether to keep gate 2 because I made such a good gate of it off in the semi, and I opted to go for 3, and then we all saw what Baz did off 2, even though he was at the back at this point.
He was, yeah. I mean, Stephen was leading for a little bit, and then going, yeah, and then of course White came through. So that it was literally all 4 riders almost had the race leads, so to speak.
There was a very, very fast patch just coming out of bend 2, and I think Baz hit it a couple of times.
Yeah,
it was a very, very thin line.
Like, for this one, I'll be in a second. Here you go. Just up the inside there.
and see,
That was a good race.
Fair play to him. Fair play to him.
Yeah, that was great.
And Baz is one of those underrated riders as well that everybody really likes, but doesn't quite get what he deserves. So it was good to see him win it.
Yeah,
He's not had the best. He's not had the best of the season so far. I don't think the track at Edinburgh suits him at all.
no.
I think you see the best of him on these sort of tracks.
She ads came through there, and then went backwards, then went forwards again. And
I mean, I've got to give him one credit as well, actually, because he only came in from a darts thing, I think, about 20 minutes or so before the meeting, so he hadn't really looked at the track either. So to get to the final off a little bit of practice was...
See, right here, ads are thinking, yes, I got this in the bag, and then Hobnob comes out of nowhere and just takes the lead, and it sort of stayed mid-track in that meeting. They didn't go quite out wide like they used to on the tracks in Poland. But apart from that, Wolfie, I mean, I say great race. And also, you've done really well in recent events. So fair play to you, mate. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Mush.
No worries. See you later, mate.
In a bit.
So you see there, we got so Hobnob there took the win of that one. Great ride from Hobnob. We were going to have him in actually, but I mean he's in the chat, but I don't know if he's in a fit state to pop in. I mean, we did say we're potentially going to have him in as well. Whether or not he does join in is a different thing. We will have Lango as well in terms of the Knockout Cup review. So do bear with for that. We're going to wait for Hobnob just to, if he does, if great. If not, then don't worry about it.
Are we going to talk about the real winner on Sunday?
The real winner?
You look at ads. He made up 8 points on Scotty now. He's only 2 points behind.
Yes.
Even though he didn't win the final.
Do we have a Hobnob? Do we have a Hobnob?
Yes, we do.
No, I crumbled.
Oh, Baz, how you doing, mate?
Who dunked me? That's what I want to know.
Well, we thought we'd bring you in because you had a great match on that Sunday, and given the win, mate, you must be proud of yourself for that one.
Yeah, it's only took me 15 seasons.
Oh, bro.
Better late than never, mate.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, Stephen says 16.
He's probably right. Yeah, because I was in the pool in 6. Yeah, true. Yeah. Yes.
He was in the pool for seasons.
It was good fun.
I bet it's nice getting a win under your belt in such a high class field.
Oh, I was so confused. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know whether
Oh,
to shout in celebration or what.
wow.
But
Is that
Definitely a
cross-
bad type track, I think.
Mm.
it was a good final. Everybody was in and out of it. So, yes, I enjoyed it very much.
Good
Does
man.
it give you
Good
like
man.
does it give you like a spur on to get these next two matches out of the way? Of course, you're battling for that top 8 in the obviously the top 3 are pretty much done and dusted. It's all about that top 8 as to qualify for the next season. I guess your thoughts going into Parkin and Bellevue. Of course, that was your highest score all season.
Yes. I've had a bad season. It's been a bit of a struggle. It was nice to have a little bit of success for a change. And for the next 2, we should just go in and what we get is what we get.
Yeah. Lads, any questions for Hobnob? We've got him here.
Hey, Baz, what's happened this year with your form? Is it the track? Is it the Edinburgh track?
I think it's more me. How can I say it? Ashes at home with things happening, not mentally focused on it as normal.
Oh, that's fair enough. No,
Yeah, but it's got a good community. There's some good people on it, and I thank them all for their good words on my success. And it's a great place to be. Takes me away.
it's
Well, we
good.
have got
And
your stats on screen. Tanker's very
Oh,
quickly put them
shit.
together. It says you're a 3-time league winner.
Yeah.
You've won the Neil Potter Shield 3 times.
Yeah.
You have ridden for 15 seasons for I think it's 6 different clubs, or was that 8 different clubs?
Good question.
I think.
It's 8. Thank you, Tank. Yeah. So
I think
you've
we rode together. We rode together at Peterborough with the Pyman. I think
Yeah.
that league title,
Yeah, you
one of the
joined us.
league titles, was there. I joined you near the end of the season, didn't I?
Yeah, that's right.
And they won the Neil Potter Shield as well. I remember that.
Mm.
Yeah, that was good. That was
Yeah.
a nice couple of months.
Yeah.
So of course
we also
we're
had that.
yeah, go on, Hob.
We also had that spell together in the was it the development league?
That's right. Yeah. The Gorzo Rockets with Caney and Hutty and Ryan.
Rider replacement.
Yeah, Mr. Rider replacement, Mr. Hutty Rider replacement. Yeah. Nothing's changed. He still doesn't practice.
Yeah.
We had such a great laugh that season as well.
That was. I know we were rubbish, but it was good. It was good fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a nice mix of characters.
Yeah, that's what I like about it.
We always have a laugh. We always have a laugh in servers in chat with you anyway. So you guarantee it's not going to be boring.
No, I do try.
Oh, definitely not.
No,
Hobnob, we're going through like the top end of the season now. Cowboys are looking for like mid-table finish. You've only got a couple matches left. So what's the mindset going into those meetings with the Cowboys?
I think we just go in, give it our best shot. Really, have some fun and see what happens. Got nothing to win, nothing to lose.
Yeah, one
Brilliant.
more meeting for them.
Yeah, Dynamite, I
Yes.
think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, just have a
So-
bit of fun, have a bit of a laugh.
We'll be rolling out the red carpet bath, don't we?
Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant.
Yeah, see if I can put Hads in the
Put them in the fence in turn 3 on the last heat decider.
Good
That land
eye.
spell's ending soon, That land spell is ending soon, So just
Brilliant.
get that
He's
back.
good lad.
Hads, any questions for Baz? We've got him here.
Just got well done. I think it's obviously you said it was a long time coming, but I think most of the obviously you say the words from the community. It's just nice to see you keep going at it, and the win. Obviously, we know what it means for people to win individuals. So just well done, mate, from all of us. To be fair,
Yeah, most appreciated.
Yeah, I second that.
Yeah, same here, mate. Same here.
I'm sure when we
Well,
meet up, we'll have a drink.
Absolutely.
Cardiff 24. Cardiff 24, maybe.
Oh, we'll have a. Should we try our best?
Oh, that's brilliant. I think.
Yeah.
Capesy just says Baz on the alcohol.
Oh no, I'm not going with Gatesy. No. You'll destroy me.
Oh,
He's
brilliant.
a professional. He's a professional.
I used to be, but not now. One sniff of the barmaid's apron and I'm gone.
Well,
Oh, blimey.
Baz, it's been great having you on board, mate. I mean, thanks for popping in for
My
a
pleasure.
brief one, mate. I mean, I know you've had a bit of a rough day from what we've been told, but okay, great result on Sunday. Wish you best for the rest of the season, and hopefully we'll see you down the road.
Hopefully, yes. Thank you very much. It's all
Well
appreciated.
done, Baz.
Yeah,
most
well,
appreciated.
yeah, no worries, mate. Thanks again.
Good wishes to all.
Thanks,
Right,
mate.
cheers. Bye.
Cheers. So, with that being said, we're gonna switch on to the first break of the night, which will be STS question time. So it's time to get your thinking caps on, and when we return from our first break, we will have the all-important Knockout Cup review of what happened on that Tuesday night. But in the meantime, STS question. So the question is how many Knockout Cup medals have been won between the 12 participants in this week's Knockout Cup final second leg? So how many Knockout Cup medals have been won between the 12 participants in this week's Knockout Cup final second leg? Get your think ups on, chaps, and we'll see you all in about 5 minutes. And welcome back to All Four Back with myself, Chester, Shads, and Hads. And first of all, many thanks to Hobnob for coming in and having a quick chat with us. So the question we had beforehand was how many Knockout Cup medals have been won between the 12 participants in this week's Knockout Cup final second leg? Shads, do you have the answer for that one?
No, it's 16.
16. Wow.
16, yeah. We've got Craig's won 4, Harris won 3, Dips won 2, Ads won 2, Stevens won 2, tank in brackets. Dagard's won 1, Hutty and Mimi have won 1 each. It's got, actually, if you look at the stats, it says 17, but I'm not counting my first one, because I wasn't in the team at the time. I'd been banned. And I can't remember if I rode in any of the rounds. I don't think I did, so I'm not including that. Isn't that good of me?
Yeah, it is actually. It is. Well, talking of the Knockout Cup.
Credit for that.
Well, talking of the Knockout Cup, it was the final second leg on Tuesday night, where the Storm took on the Warriors, and this one went down pretty much to last 2 heats, but taking a 48-42 win on the night and a 10-point aggregate victory was the Hyde Storm against the patched up Somerset Warriors. Of course, Somerset having 3 guests rather than their usual 6-man team. And Shad, you were in this meeting, mate, of course. I believe this is your first medal in the Knockout Cup. So yeah, just talk us through it, mate. I mean, how are you finding it?
How'd you find it? Not only was I in it, I won it.
You did 14. Indeed. Heat 14, yes, it was Heat 14.
Yeah, it was a very strange night.
Yes.
When we had a whisper what their team was going to be. We pretty much knew their team the day before, or pretty much early on the day. So we knew what we were going to be up against. And when we saw Mimi was at number 1, I don't know about the rest of the team, but I was sort of like quite pleased. It's I think Mimi haven't ridden for a couple of seasons, and you know what it's like, and you haven't ridden and you're coming back. So I think it was a very strange choice of a rider by Tank, if I might say so myself. I mean, you could have had Limo, could have had Sizzler, and Diotra have all scored double figures at our place. So
yeah.
I don't get that, but hey ho, listen, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter now because we won the cup.
Well, Sizzler just said, ask them who the top 2 wanted as a guest. That's what Sizzler said in chat. But I'll say a special mention to Mimi there, broke the track record of Hyde with a 40.1. It was a great ride. I was watching the meeting. And yeah, it was absolutely superb. But I say we're gonna hopefully now bring in the Storm captain if he is available, because of course he actually wasn't in that meeting on Tuesday. So hopefully he can jump in to the chat if he is around. Still waiting for confirmation. But say, Chad, it was a bit of a patched up Warriors team. Was that taken into advantage, you think?
Well, looking at who replaced who, I don't think Badger would have scored more than Dip on Badger's recent form. I think Scotty at 6 probably would have scored a few more than Wolfie. Yeah, very. I don't know. I mean, we obviously you offer 2 dates and just who's available on the night. You know, we've had it when we've been the away team and we've had to struggle for riders. I mean, we used a couple of guests already this season. I know Tank said before that he doesn't like using guests. I suppose when you've got 3 riders missing, You've got no choice, really, have you?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. We do have the Storm captain with us, Lango. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, lads.
Well, first of all, mate, many congratulations to the Storm picking up the Knockout Cup win on Tuesday night. Of course, you weren't actually in that meeting on Tuesday. But how proud are you of your team getting that Knockout Cup win?
Oh, mate, I'm over the moon, to be fair. We had a few issues before the meeting, wasn't too sure about availability. We managed to sort it. A few things got juggled around, and the boys done it. Done me proud.
Yeah, it was great to see. I mean, of course, at the start of the meeting, Skyrider only had he had two last places in terms of everyone else, so that they had to sort of cover Skyrider's rides with obviously the heat wins and stuff. But when Somerset took the lead in Heat 13, what was going through your mind after that?
I'll be honest, I just come out of the theatre, and that was literally when I looked at the score, and I thought, we ain't going to do it. But Shads and Ads pulled it out the bag, didn't they?
They did indeed.
Was
Did indeed.
They did indeed.
So happy for them, honestly. What a team.
Now, of course, you go to Somerset on next week for potential league decider. Now, of course, you do think that the Warriors are going to have a lot more different team for that one. So are you going there with the same sort of mindset? You want to get there and get the 4 points to seal the league that night?
Well, obviously we want to. However, we have won there already.
Mm-hmm.
And the Warriors, they're such a tough team. They are so fast there. We won there in the Knockout Cup, and then I guested against them for the Cowboys, and they were a completely different team, so fast. So
yeah,
we're not taking it lying down. We know we've got a battle to the last day. We just need to do what we can do, keep it close, and then hopefully it goes our way. But we're not counting our chickens. We're not saying we've won the league or anything like that. We know it's going to be hard.
I'll say you've been at the top of the league pretty much the entire season. Looking back on it, what's been your highlight so far?
My highlight is having everybody's a captain. They've been superb. When you've got Powis that knows every line of every track, Craig that knows every line of every track, and Ads just picks them up straight away. I've had probably my worst season ever, purely because I hate Hyde Road. But those top three just help, and Shadows has come on loads this season, scoring points. Skyride is always good for 6-7 points, and Hutty, he scores valuable points when you don't expect it.
Yeah.
So I've been the captain. Basically, all I've done is done meeting arrangements, but we've run it as a team of 7, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's been really easy with having a top 3 like we've got, and Guards and Skyrider chipping in, if you know what I mean.
Do you think if you are to be a captain next year, do you think that Hyde's going to be on your checklist, or would you go somewhere else for the Storm?
Dan, it wouldn't be on my checklist. It wasn't this year, but I went with the majority of the the team,
Mhm.
and so far so good. They seem to have chose the right track.
Yeah.
It wouldn't
Um,
like I don't like big fast tracks, if you know what I mean. I prefer the smaller ones, bit not technical because you know what I mean. You need to get on the racing line, etc. But it's not for me, and it wouldn't be my choice. But I would, if I am captain next year, I would go with the rest of the team
okay.
of what. When you like I said, when you've got Craig and Powis and Ads, you have to go with them because they're all worth like 10, 12 points a meeting.
Yeah, definitely with those two. I mean, Heat 15's most of the season has been Craig and Powis. So having that sort of backup in Heat 15, sort of like a turbo twins of the old pool days and old Hancock and Hamill. But again, you go into Somerset with that mindset that you want to do well, you want to perform well. You want to have it in the bag before that last meeting. So I think you got a tough last meeting, haven't you? After the Warriors.
No, we're home to Norse.
So you want?
Although it will be tough because they ain't no pushovers either. They obviously demolished the Warriors, which we didn't expect.
Yeah.
So,
Shads, any questions for your captain?
Yeah, ask him where he was, who he went to see to miss the KO Cup final.
Chad,
Come on.
come up.
Come on, Lango, come on.
My girlfriend booked me tickets to watch Vigo then, the winner of Britain's Got Talent.
Yeah.
And I had to go because
Do we believe he bought? Do we believe she bought the ticket? Do we believe that?
She did book me and book it in, and then when I told her I had a sliders meeting, she was like, "Well, I booked your tickets now, so we have to go."
That's pretty
And
much what my missus would say.
Listen, I was going, and then Shadow's girlfriend become poorly, wife, sorry, and
That's all
I
that my missus
tried.
might be listening.
So on the day we were like not struggling for a team, but asking about guests, etc. And I did try right up till about 6:30, 7 o'clock to get out of going, but I just thought it's for the best that I go and let the lads get on with it. Even my old mate adds captain, and wow, he breezed it, didn't he?
He did indeed.
Serious question, Langer. Did you enjoy the theatre?
No, it was rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. And all I wanted to do all night was see how the lads were getting on. And
Oh.
I thought I'd better not because she'd go mad.
just don't let her pull any tricks like that for the next couple of weeks.
No, let me. I've already told her I'm very busy on Monday night.
Good man.
Hads, any questions for Lango, mate?
Not really. The only other thing I was going to say is obviously with the captains, vice captains, etc. Is shouldn't Shags have been in charge if he's vice captain?
No, because at the time when I spoke to Ben Thompson, who was the referee, we wasn't sure whether Shads was making it either.
Oh yeah.
So Ads and Powis offered to do it, so I just asked Ads if he would do it, and that was that. If you know what I mean. We were still at 7 o'clock 50-50 not sure whether Shaz would make it.
Yeah.
So
Oh. But apart from that, having that Knockout Cup name trophy on your mantelpiece, I guess for you now it's now focused on the league, I guess.
yeah, absolutely. We're going into Monday night's fixture fully focused, hoping we're not relying on the Warriors' results. We just want to get it done, if you know what I mean.
Mm.
Although they do have a tricky away fixture at Berwick, which won't be easy for them.
Yes. Well, hopefully being you're the captain here, Nangar, we're going to try and potentially get the meeting live streamed. That Warriors Storm fixture, so that could potentially be live streamed here on Discord. Hopefully, we can find the right screen shares and referees can allow it, and also the captains can potentially make it official, because that could be a good match to live stream. Hopefully,
Yeah, absolutely. Let's be honest, we've faced each other 3 times this season, and
yes.
every meeting has been brilliant, like a cracker. Like the Warriors, I think they were beating us right up until Heat 13 at Hyde in the league, and then we managed to turn it round.
Mm.
And then obviously we just wanted to keep it as close as possible at the Knockout Cup, and then come away with a win in the last few races. So yeah, it's going to be good. It's exciting, and also very nerve-wracking for us all. For a group of grown-up men, we do get very nervous.
Well, I did say in the run-up to the meeting on Tuesday, I did say that the Storm needed at least a 5-1 in the first race to settle the nerves a little bit, and they did it, didn't they, with Powys and Shads in that first race?
Yeah, they did, and that probably did settle the nerves of the whole team.
Yeah,
I can confirm that. It's always good to have a nice first heat.
Yeah, absolutely. Because if it would gone 5-1 the other way, it would the scores would have been level, and then it would have been pressure on the lads to, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Score well. So yeah, it's always nice to get off to a maximum. Let's hope we get off to one on Monday night.
I mean, it was close to sort of right up to Heat 13, and then Warriors then went ahead in the match. I think they were 38-40 ahead, and then of course up stepped Shads and Ads to get that 5-1 for you, which pretty much sealed it for you. So you must be happy with how they performed as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when I know they don't actually ride that well together.
No, that's true.
They don't. They get in each other. Shadows is one of them. It just gets in your way. And but they managed to do it, and fair play to him. He rode a stormer. I've watched it.
I've got to say, Ads was superb blocking, because I was out front for part of the race, and he was blocking like crazy. So fair play to him. He was I think he was just trying to stay out of my way.
What's that? Sorry,
I think he was just trying to stay out of my way a little bit, and he was blocking superbly.
Yeah, probably the safest way out your way.
Well, Lango, we've got to say a massive thanks for popping in, mate, and having this chat with us. And again, many congratulations for the Knockout Cup Championship victory. Hopefully that after the Monday night fixture, you'll be saying league champions as well. So thanks again, mate. Really appreciate it.
Well, you never know. We may be, but it might go down to the last meeting.
I hope not.
Well, fingers crossed, mate.
Hopefully not.
hopefully you'll see it all here live on Discord with screen share and stuff. You get a chance to see the action unfold. So Lango, thanks again, mate. Really appreciate it. Thanks for coming in.
Well done,
Okay, thank
Skip.
you. Cheers, lad.
Brilliant.
Cheers,
Thanks,
lads.
mate. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Cheers. So that was a bit of a longer chat with Lango there, and yeah, it was actually quite a decent one. So we're going to go into our second break now, and then when we come back, we're gonna preview the league action. Of course, we've got the North Dynamite, Warriors Storm, and Scorchers Piemen. So it is Speedway question time. So get your thinking caps on for this one. Quite a difficult one. This one. How many different countries have produced an individual world champion in Speedway from 1936 to 1994? So how many different countries have produced an individual Speedway world champion from 1936 to 1994? Get your thinking caps on, chaps, and we'll see you all back here in about 5 minutes. So a bit of a tough one there for our STS, our Speedway question. And did anyone want to hazard a guess as to how many champions there have been from which nations? From 1936 to 1994. I'll give it a couple of minutes just to people to get the answer. Whilst we're doing that, just want to get some thoughts from my co-presenters of the imminent start of the Speedway season coming up. So getting to February now, so practice days will be taking place, and of course then the first match will take place in March. And Shad's Berwick Bandits, how are you thinking that they're going to do this year?
Not confident they're going to win it, but as long as they win their home meetings, I think it will keep them. It will keep the vast majority of the locals happy.
Yeah,
I don't think they're not going. They're obviously not going to. They're not going to beat the likes of Glasgow and Poole and probably Scunthorpe. But win the home meetings. That's all you want.
and of course you got the new look Plymouth track as well. That's taken shape. They're making it good down there from what I've been told. Hads, obviously Midlands clubs not really in the league this season in terms of like top league racing. So who will you be supporting this season?
If we get in Birmingham, Dan.
Birmingham, of course, yes, in the Premiership, yes, of course. My
Oh, should I-
apologies, my apologies.
Birmingham Wolves, should we say?
Yeah, Birmingham Wolves.
I'll hopefully be trying to pop along to a few of their meetings. Obviously that's
Yeah.
the closest one to myself now, so hopefully I might be able to meet up with a few of the guys who went to the Wolves on here as well. So maybe, and I've met 101 and Capesy there before as well, so shouldn't be too bad.
I am hoping to make one of the Birmingham matches this year. I've made that decision. I'm going to try and make one at some point. Don't know who. Don't know who's going to be, but that's definitely one to look out for. I'm going to definitely try and get up there as best I can.
It'd be nice. It'd be nice for Hads to go to Birmingham and be ignored by Wolfie at a different track for a change.
Instead of Asda.
Oh
Yeah.
wow. So the question we had was how many different countries have won or have produced a world champion from 1936 to 1994? The answer was 9.
I just put it up in the chat.
In the chat, he has indeed 9 members, 9 nationalities: England, Wales, Sweden, Denmark, USA, Australia, New Zealand, Germany, and Poland.
Technically West Germany, but we'll let him have that.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, so 9. So quite a few. Considering obviously as the years went on, the likes of like Poland and like all those big nations produced champions left, right, and centre. But so we're entering the final part of the show now, chaps. As usual, it is preview time of this week's matches. 9. I think it's 9 teams. Yes, 6 teams takes the track tonight. This week, and we start on the 4th of February at 8:30. The Hackney Norse taking on the Redcar Dynamites, and of course, Hans, this is your team going to the Norse. And of course, being at home, quite a tricky track to go to, trying to master it. The Hackney Norse have taken scalps of the Warriors this season, so they'll be looking to repeat that feat. So your thoughts going into the Dynamite match with the Norse?
Not a lot at the minute because I've actually done no laps as we speak. That's just down to me, obviously, dart stuff yesterday and doing a few other things. But well, the other lads have been on. Obviously, that lineup you see there on the screen, that will definitely not be the team. I'll tell you that now. So get ready for a couple of surprise guests in there, possibly. So yeah, we had basically 4 riders, I believe it was, for both days that they offered. So it's a bit of a tough one because obviously we want to go there and get 4 points, but we know they're good on their home track, and we have been studying their lines a little bit to.
I hope you've watched the recordings from the Warriors meeting to find out where the Warriors went wrong.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. They made a fundamental error with the line.
Yeah. Well, I will say that the Norse captain Fakey is actually in the chat. So if Fakey is available to jump in, Fakey, good evening, sir.
Lad. Good evening. Good evening.
Hey, how you doing, mate? How you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Of course, you go into the match of the Dynamite on 4th of February at 8:30. Of course, it'll be 9:30 for you guys. You've had a bit of an up and down season this year. Obviously, being a debut season for the Norse. Only having that one scalp of the Warriors, because we even to this day we don't know how you did it. But what's your mindset going into the match with the Dynamite this coming Sunday?
It's pretty nervous actually. I feel we have built up some pressure on us ourselves now regarding our latest home meeting. So yeah, but hopefully we can keep up with the form we had during the last 2 races at home. But the boys feel confident. We have been practicing a lot this week, so hopefully we keep the form.
Of course, Max had a bit of a mare meeting at his last one. I think he only had like 1 completed ride, but it was a 5-1 with you, I believe, in one of the matches that you had. Has Max sort of sorted out all his bugs and gremlins now?
Yeah,
do you think?
he was running pretty late to the meeting, unfortunately. He was just in time to the heat 13, but hopefully it looks like he is available during the whole meeting this Sunday, and hopefully we will come with the full lineup without any riders replacements or something like that. So yeah, we're feeling good. Feels good there right now.
Well, Hadlington's just put boo in the chat, so he knows that he's riding.
Yeah.
Hads, any questions for Fakey? What we got him there?
No, just looking forward to the match, to be honest, because we've watched how much they have actually improved, especially at home, over the season. So it's going to be a tough one for us, I think, especially with the team we're going to be putting out. But we'll be going there doing practice solid the next couple of days, and hopefully getting something out of it at the end. But I'm looking forward to it. Should be a close one.
Yeah.
Powers just put in the chat saying, "I love that Fakey sounds a bit like the legend that is PK, minus the Black Country twang he picked up over the years." So you have a bit of Peter Carlson in your voice there, Fakey, according to Powers.
I do. I take it as a compliment.
So towards the end of the season now, have you been had a chat with your riders, obviously, of how many are going to come back for next year? Is that something you want to look forward to now, or are you just seeing where the end of the season goes?
Yeah, well, we'll see. The boys still has it in them yet. They have not been out tired yet, so hopefully we'll come back next season. We'll see, but we take this season and a rest after this and gather some new energy for the next season. Hopefully we come back.
And will Hackney be on the track list for you, or will it be somewhere completely different?
We'll see. It's not a secret that is. It's preferred for many of our riders, so it might be.
He's not giving much away, is he?
No, he's not, is he?
No.
Well, for those that have just joined, Fakey was actually the very first guest on All Four Back all those weeks ago, and you've had a chance to listen back to some of the shows we've had, Fakey, and you've been enjoying it, listening to it every Friday.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great what do you say, great addition
Yes.
to the game and to the series and all. So I hope you guys keep it up during the rest of this season and maybe some between seasons, and so on during the next season. Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll try and do that, mate. We'll definitely try and do that. But in the meantime, Fakey, thank you for dropping in. Just I know it's a bit of a last minute thing, but I saw you in the chat. I thought maybe I'll get him in just for a quick chat, and you've popped in and you've been great, mate. So good luck for Sunday, and we wish you all the best for the GP rounds as well.
Yeah, thank you so much.
No worries, mate.
See you next week.
Yeah, see ya.
Oh, cheers, Fakey. So, with that being said, we're going to move on to the 5th of February. And of course, this is the big one, the one we're all talking about. Warriors versus Storm at the Oak Arena. Now, of course, Warriors are going to be a completely different kettle of fish to what they were at Hyde on Tuesday. So, Shads, what's your mindset going into this?
My mindset is win. As it is in every meeting I race in. Whether we do or not, we can't afford to get hammered. That's for sure. I mean, we come away with a meeting point. It goes down to the last week. I think if we draw, I think we've just got to beat North to win the league. If we win, obviously we win the league.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's going to be decided on the last week if we don't win. If we don't win at Somerset, which I think everyone would like to see it go to the last week, apart from the 7 lads in our squad.
And Hads, as a neutral, how do you see this match going?
It's a tough one to call, to be fair. Obviously the KO Cup match was pretty close. I have got one question for Shads, actually.
Go for it.
Are the Warriors still favourite, Shads?
Yeah. What, to win on Monday? Yeah, they are. Of course they are. They're home team.
To win the league.
I'd say they're still favourites. Yeah, because they've got a fairly easy meeting at Berwick last meeting, whereas we've got the Giant Killers at home. So yeah. But I'll let you know next week.
Capes just says, "Wow, cheered, Shaz." He said,
"This is more mind games. This is gonna make sure you tell the rest of your squad that I said you're all rubbish."
Oh,
okay, just let them know, yeah.
Well, we are hoping for that match to be live streamed. So stick around on social as to what happens there. I assume that the Storm are going to be at full strength potentially. I know that potentially Craig is a 50-50. So
less than
whether
that.
or not 28. So that's going to be the talking point if the Warriors do come away with a victory. Did they do that day just so that Craig wasn't actually going to be available? So fingers crossed we'll get that result broadcast on our next show. Talking of the final league match of the week takes place on Thursday, the 8th of February at 8:30, and it is the Birmingham Scorchers up against the Berwick Piemen. And this is a mid-table clash in terms of the Scorchers and the Piemen. So in terms of this one, Shad, so I'm going to bring you in first of all if I can. Two very evenly matched sides. What's your take on it?
Well, Scorchers will be looking to finish third. Sorry, the Cowboys are missing this week.
Yes, of course.
They're missing a meeting, and then Cowboys have got a very difficult meeting away at Redcar, the last meeting. Whereas the Scorchers miss the last week. So there's a possibility the Scorchers could finish third, which would be remarkable considering how they started the season.
Yeah, definitely. Hads, do you agree with that? With that sorry, the thoughts of Shads there?
Yeah, I think it's going to be. I think the Scorchers will win. Obviously we voted against them quite recently, and their top four is just if they'd have started the season like they are now, then that I think they'd be the ones challenging. To be honest, I mean, I know Craigie. I think Craigie Hall's got a vote in one of the 2 matches, I believe, for the Scorchers. So we may see him.
And I think McNally has to race one for the Warriors too, so that could potentially be another.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be seeing McNally this week. I wouldn't have thought. That's not being nasty to Alan. I think obviously the Warriors have got to go. Just go for it, top 6 if they're available, and go for it. But
absolutely,
I'm not too sure who Scorchers have got in the last. Have Scorchers got another meeting after that? I'm not too sure.
We are looking at the match counter for each
Scorchers
team.
aren't riding last week.
Oh yeah, so Craigie's got a ride then basically this week.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a lot of the different. You can see obviously the riders there have ridden in all the meetings so far. Yeah, Craigie Hall's only raced 2 matches, I believe, two at home, and 4 by the looks of it away from home. So he's had 6. Yeah, that's rides or meetings. I'm not too sure.
That's including Tom Ridgway's ride as well.
Yes,
because he replaced Tom Ridgway. So he's got to ride. He's got to ride. He's got to ride in that meeting on Thursday.
He's got to ride in that one,
or a 3-point guest.
Yeah, definitely. So that's the previews of next week all sorted out. One final slider. We have the league table, if possible, from our good friend Mr. Tank.
I heard McNally's available Thursday anyway.
Oh, blimey. Well, again, that's going to be a lot of spanners in the works there. So here's the current league table as of last week. So the Hyde Storm currently in the lead, with the Somerset Warriors in second place, close for second there. Still close for third and fourth between the Cowboys and the Scorchers. So you would think a Scorchers win would then put them ahead of the Cowboys into third place. A 4-point away win for the Piemen would then leapfrog them to third, I believe, because they're currently on 14. So 4 points they'll be in. Will be 18. Going on to 18. So we 3 teams on 18 points. But yeah, this has been a hell of a season, and I'm glad that we've been able to cover it for you here on Awful Back. To think at the start of the season, it's so okay. Here we go. I'm gonna clear it. So I want one team name, nothing else, just one team name. So, who's winning the league? Shads?
Warriors.
Hads?
Storm.
Wow. Oh, wow.
I've got to be consistent, Dan. I've got to be consistent.
Yeah. Well, Capesy says Storm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I think they can go. I think they can go there. If anyone can go there and get a point at Somerset, I think it's Storm.
Well, we're hopefully going to have the match broadcast on that Monday night. So, producer says Storm.
Thanks.
Yeah. Tank against his own team. Brilliant.
I think as well, if you look at that league table, just about what our position is in 6th place, we've actually got a plus difference, and we're in 6th place. I mean, how that happens, I don't really know. I think it just proves that anybody can beat anybody on the day, and that's how close it's actually been this season.
Yeah, definitely. So with all that sorted, lads, I think if there's anything else we can mention, wrapping up the show for tonight.
Yeah, my wife's waiting for a hot chocolate.
You have got
Yes.
something else to mention, Dan, actually.
Oh yes, Haz, do go ahead, my good sir.
The World Championship.
Oh,
Yes, good shout,
Yeah.
my friend. Good shout. I can confirm. I did take a photo of that. So, right. Just to let you all know that the World Champs Week 23, commencing on Sunday, the 25th of February, will be the qualifiers. Will be at Ribnik. The sign-ups should go up Sunday for about 2 weeks. As the final, the week after, on week 23, commencing Sunday the 3rd of March 2024, grand final, which will be at Bradford. Thanks for the mention that, Haz. We appreciate it. So that's all the details will be on the Discord posts and sliders, Facebook and all that, just to verify everything. So that is the World Championships coming up at Bradford with qualifiers from Ribnik. And Ads MFT just says, Bradford, that wheel has a lot to answer for this year. Oh, brilliant. So all the details will be taking place in the next couple of weeks in the run-up to the qualifiers. But with that being said, chaps, I mean, okay, now we can say to wrap up tonight's show. So we can confirm that Friday there will not be a show next week. I am unfortunately unavailable for that one, so we'll reconvene.
Tank, I think.
we will, yeah. So is Tank as well. So we will reconvene in 2 weeks. 2 weeks time, which I believe, looking at my calendar, will be the 16th of February.
Thank you, Casey.
Thanks, Capes. Beat me to it. So we will reconvene back here on the 16th for the penultimate episode, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I have to find out in due course. But yeah, so apart from that, if all else is all present and correct, no problem. Just add 14 to today's date, Chester. Thanks, Capesy. So with that being said, I will wish a good night to Shads.
Good night.
I wish a good night to Hadlington.
Good night.
And it's a good night from me, and we will see you all back here in 2 weeks for all 4 back. But until then, take it easy, ride safe, and we'll see you all later. Take it easy.